Welcome back to yet another informative videos of the serial designer, and we are here today to share insights on laminates. Now it's a very simple thing, it's a very simple surface material, but the ideas it can come up with, the ideas, the way it is fixed, the way it can be used, what are the different kinds of laminates, what are the different finishes the laminates sort of try to mimic are endless, and we are going to mark and talk about these endless possibilities of what a laminate can do. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'm hoping we build a design community. Without any further ado, let's start with basic what is a laminate. So a laminate is any surface material. It's affordable. It is extremely, versatile. It has a lot of distinctive designs. It comes in various finishes. It can mimic literally any material. Say for stone, any natural element, wood, literally mimics those materials. And you will not be able to tell the difference between the material and the laminate itself. But you always do tend to get confused also when it comes to working on laminates. So a lot of people have also told me that ma'am laminates बहुत मिलते हैं market में, but people really don't how to choose as to what and how it reacts to the spaces. Where to use what kind of laminate is extremely important. What are the different ways in which can use the laminate? So yeah, we are here to discuss a very simple topic, but we'll do this with very interactive examples. So let's get started. So I have a couple of examples in which different ways and different laminates have been used. So I'll go category wise. The first category are colorful impressions. Colorful laminates are a treat to watch, and you can use this in various categories. Say, for example, school libraries, college libraries. All these places are supposed to be very vibrant. So colorful laminates you can use in such areas where young people are there. They are young minds studying, so these are the places where you can actually use colorful laminates. So yeah, examples being a library. Then you can go for shelves. You can go with part contrasting colors, yellow, blue. You can also go with cabinets, study areas, home offices. Some places which need a little color here and there. Also there are a lot of Pantone shades. So every year, we have a Pantone color. So this year's Pantone of the year is peach fuzz. So you can find laminates in peach fuzz. You can go with along with the trends. So laminates, the good advantage of a laminate is you can keep changing the laminate as well. So you'll get these reversible laminates. You can also change it like every year. For a new look. You can use these in home offices, consoles. Even sort of backgrounds as wall paneling. But yeah, corporate offices, public spaces, where there are more younger minds, people are nurturing. These are the places where you want that energy, the colorful energy to fall into place. So yeah, these are the places where you can use. Also, one should be very careful before using laminates. Color is something where you can make or break a space. So yeah, you should be very thoughtful of where you are using what shade. So I would advise to never hamper the space with too much color. 3 or 4 colors maximum. And if you can do with one color, nothing like this in this example, wherein the yellow is used bang on beautifully in this image. A second interesting example is the textural element of laminates. So laminates do come in various textures, but again, these textures are very important because this you can use sort of behind your headboards, parts of your living room as wall paneling. Again, you cannot overdo any textural element because that will bring too much of the space. So use texture in bits and parts, and you'll go a long way. As you can see in this example, the laminate comes in beautiful fluted wood designs. You must have seen this. The Pinterest is full of such kind of elements. So a fluted wood pattern looks beautiful. It builds character to a space. It brings a light to the space, and it also makes the space look extremely aesthetic. So these laminates with fluted wood are definitely a go-to, and they're available in the market. You can find it in all various colors, textures, different groove sizes. So you can go have a look. Again, you can use these in bookshelves. You can use this for home offices, part of your living rooms, an open kitchen, parts of your pillar, parts of your columns, behind your TV unit, background, everywhere you can use fluted wood. Again, it has to be used in minimum. Say for example, if there's a wall, so 40% of the wall can be sort of fluted or textured. Rest of the 60% wall you can leave plain so that you can appreciate the texture. Or nowadays, there are leather finished laminates which are very well known. You can use this as your shelves, kitchen cabinets, file cabinets, cupboards, wardrobes. All these places are places where you can use texture as an element. Third one being biophilic design. So biophilic designs are totally in, and people are running towards making something very beautifully, sustainably aesthetic, and they want to go towards a connection with natural outdoor elements. So what can go wrong? People are into balconies, they want sort of an outdoor feel within an indoor. So these laminates work perfectly there. So stone, wood, cork, these are materials, for that matter even bamboo, these are the materials which the laminate perfectly mimics, and you can just have a laminate in place of a natural stone or natural wood, which is very expensive. Laminates are not that very expensive, they are very affordable, and you could definitely try these if you want an outdoor feel. Because people have sort of lost connection with the outside, they want to get nature inside, they want to get biophilia inside. So you can use various kind of laminates. Also you can curve laminates. So you can always go and check these out. So a lot of resorts, hotels and spas, they demand these naturally looking elements. In place of wood or stone, you can definitely use a laminate, which is again water. Some of the laminates are waterproof, heat resistant, so you can go for these laminates and which look exactly like your natural elements. Fourth one being innovative laminates. So innovative laminates are in, they are called smart laminates. Almost all the brands like Greenlam or Merino, they come up with sort of beautiful laminates which are very very technologically improved. You can have your laminates literally printed, digitally fabricated, and whatever your prints and designs are, these bigger brands will sort of print that and customize for you. So you can go for such looking laminates, like sort of a wallpaper. Even for that matter, tables or any kind of console tables which you want printed with your own designs, laminates are very well printed. There are a lot of different innovative kind of laminates, wherein the laminates are infused with sort of metal sheets or MDF resin, to make it more heat resistant, to make it more heat absorbent, or make it more waterproof. So there are different elements, sort of plastic coating is there on laminates. In some cases they are electrical proof as well. So if, say for example, if you want to use laminates in a gaming area kind of a thing, so you can definitely go for something like this. Some of the innovative laminates also include whiteboard. So basically you can literally write on the walls. These laminates can be used in corporate offices, schools, colleges. So to make the laminate more strong and more sturdy, steel is also infused inside a laminate. Say for example, if you want to apply a laminate on a tabletop of a chemistry lab, so chemistry lab has a lot of different kinds of chemicals. So these are some examples wherein you can use laminates which are again chemically treated. The advantage of a laminate over a wallpaper is that a laminate is more long lasting. Wallpaper tends to sort of bend or sort of catch moisture. So a lot of patterns can be picked up from nature, and you can have various kind of patterns. It comes in chevron pattern, or it comes in biophilia pattern. It comes in designs which you want. So basically a nice pattern play. Maybe you can play with stripes. So whatever wallpapers are there, you can replace these wallpapers by beautifully looking laminates. As usual, laminates are more long lasting than wallpapers. You can balance it out and play along with the sort of color and a little bit of pattern and drama. Patterns create a lot of drama, so you can sort of balance it in a way. Some of these examples are really good, and they have very limited amount of patterns used. Next up, which is my favorite, and it's sort of the trend of the year, using metal in your aesthetic spaces. So metal is one element which sort of gives luxury, sort of gives elegance to a particular space, which you can infuse with a little bit of metal. So there are already metal infused laminate. So your grooves and everything is plated with metal. So you can definitely try out these elements, and which resemble sort of a metal. You can again use it in bits and parts along with your design. So a lot of metallic allure is required in public spaces, in hotel lobbies. Say for example, in a theater, you must have visited PVR. They use a lot of metal because they want to attract that kind of bling. So you can definitely try laminates which are metal oriented. A metal will always add a lot of glamour to the space. So if you want to add that drama, that glamour, or sort of a red carpet appeal to a space, you can definitely go ahead with using a metallic laminate. Copper, brass, metal, wood, these are some of the elements which look excellent when it comes to making a space, full of glamour, full of light, and make the space instantly look rich. People would want to go and touch the material, and that is where your design becomes successful. Seventh idea of using a laminate is going for matte laminates. Matte laminates are very fascinating, and a lot of people are going for matte laminates. People are customizing their homes part laminate because matte is some surface which forces you to sort of go and touch it, and it just looks very beautiful in a space. So examples of matte are these, pastel shades along with matte, and you can freely use gray and black. So some colors are very crucial in an interior space. So we refrain from using a lot of black, we refrain from using a lot of gray, but especially when you sort of change it to a matte finish, it works wonders, and it will not hamper the space and make the space look extremely heavy. Sort of bachelor pads or a young couple, or these are some of the spaces which you can go for matte finishes. And also they are extremely soothing to just see because they're very light on the eyes. So you can definitely go and try these out. Also you can do sort of matte flooring with the same, and a lot of areas have flooring as used as laminates, so you can definitely go and try that out. A matte finish sort of brings a sophistication to the space. The next one being high contrast color blocking laminates. So a little bit of controlling those kind of colors, going for pastel shades, and limited to schools and institutions and public spaces. But high contrast laminates are really picking up nowadays, wherein people want high contrast ideas, wherein maybe the ceiling is high contrast, or the flooring is high contrast, and people are demanding such things. There's a very niche amount of people who actually like high contrast in their spaces, but if you want a little sensory appeal, then you can definitely try these out. So a lot of these ideas are taken up from kitchen. Say for example, this example wherein gray and blue is used beautifully, green or yellow is used. So basically, if you go to see, there's a color wheel. A color wheel has complementary colors, contrast colors. It has split complementary colors. So you can go and check out the color wheel, pick out what are the high contrasting elements, and there is no certain focal point to a space. But again, it makes a space look extremely energetic. So if you want that kind of productivity and that energy in the space, you can definitely go for high contrast color blocking laminates. Combinations like orange and gray, red and white, yellow and green, blue and pink, they work wonders. Next up, we have a slight industrial edge given to, sort of laminates. An industrial touch works wonders when it comes to a design. There are a lot of cafes which are industrial theme based. There are a lot of different public spaces which are again industrial theme based. People want homes which are industrial theme based. So what is this industrial theme? Industrial theme is basically raw materials which are exposed. Say for example, recessed wood. Say for example, rough wooden textures, rugged textures, even the light ceilings, the fixtures are exposed, there are wires exposed, there's sort of an open plan, the ducts are exposed. So it uses materials which are based on exposed. So your browns, your sort of you can get inspired from the bark of a tree. So these are some of the laminates which are again available in the market, which are literally, they have a section on industrial theme. So you can go there, pick it out. It's again very similar to using natural elements, but again using natural elements to their fullest. So basically, raw finishes and rustic ideas are something which relates to your industrial theme. So these laminates are definitely to do. There are a lot of factories and open spaces, coffee shops, which are again dependent on the idea of industrial. You can go and definitely check it out. So an industrial theme will make your space automatically look very urban. It will make your space look very edgy, and the younger generation definitely relates to the industrial theme. Last but not the least, we have eco-friendly laminates. The idea of eco-friendly has been already discussed in my previous videos, so this is sort of a precursor to that video, and the link is attached to the description. Also, eco chic living laminates, again, people are in demand of sustainable elements. They want sustainable elements. They want to add that sort of a natural element to their space. So laminates which are cork inspired, or rattan inspired, sort of a weave inspired. These laminates are already existing in the market. They are sort of jute fiber inspired. So, you can go check this out and add it to your space ASAP, because this trend is here to stay. This is probably the trend of the year. People want spaces which are sustainable in nature, or at least they look sustainable in nature. So yes, rattan, different various finishes of wood, various finishes of naturally looking elements, say pine, wood, oak. Also, the idea of minimalism has come into place. So laminates, which probably look extremely minimal and light, are in the game. There are a lot of people who sell laminates, but again, when you go to a laminate person, you really don't know how to choose a category for yourself. There must be catalogs of these 10 kinds of laminates, and all you have to do is just choose one for yourself, choose a particular theme, choose a particular kind of a catalog. You will find various finishes, distinctive patterns related to that particular category. So yes, these are your 10 categories in which laminates are divided, and this is going to make your life much simpler.